Are you cocky, arrogant, or overconfident? Well, research shows that people who think they have the most willpower are actually the most likely to lose control when tempted. For example, smokers who are the most optimistic about their ability to resist temptation are the most likely to relapse 4 months later. And over-optimistic dieters are the least likely to lose weight. Bakit? They fail to predict when, where, and why they will give in. They expose themselves to more temptations such as hanging out with smokers or leaving cookies in the house. They're also most likely surprised by setbacks and give up on their goals when they run into difficulty. Self-knowledge is the foundation of self-control. Ibig sabihin nito, guys, you should, kaya nga overconfident, over cocky, may word ba na ganun? But, you know, nasobran sa confidence. You should have a healthy sense of parang self-doubt. Kasi, you know, be like, oh, kaya ko to, I'm gonna be on a diet. Di walang problema yan. Hindi, you should like plan it out na parang, okay, there will be temptations when we go out at night. I'm gonna probably have more than enough drinks and probably have a big dessert, all the sugar and carbs, right? So when you're not that confident, you will make a plan. Okay, so gagawin ko, for every alcohol I drink, I'm gonna drink water in between. And I'm gonna make sure that I only have 1 drink an hour. Ganon. So you plan it, so you're not confident and you know how to pace yourself and have parameters. There you go. What is the relationship between distracted and tempted? Well, Baba Shiv, a professor of marketing at the Stanford Graduate School of Business, has shown that people who are distracted are more likely to give into temptations. For example, students trying to remember a telephone number are 50% more likely to choose chocolate cake over fruit at a snack cart. Distracted shoppers are more susceptible to in-store promotions and are more likely to go home with items not on their shopping list. When your mind is preoccupied, your impulses, not your long-term goals, will guide your choices. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Don't be distracted. And when you're not distracted, you won't be tempted. So, focus on what you have to do. Being mindful actually makes you a better dieter. Being mindful makes you realize that you're not just gonna have sugar or calories whenever you can. In fact, eating distracted will make you eat more. So, yun yung tip, guys. If you have to eat, eat mindfully. Do you ever feel like wala kang willpower, guys, na ang hirap tumanggi ng alak or ng sugar or gumimik instead of mag-exercise? Well, this video is for you then. I'm gonna give you some tips from the book that I read from The Willpower Instinct, how self-control works, why it matters, and what you can do to get more of it, by Kelly McGonigal, PhD. So let's get started with some tips, some bookmarks I got from this audiobook, because I listen to audiobooks, not read books. Do you want a guaranteed way to boost your willpower? Well, here's a willpower experiment for you. Track your willpower choices. To have more self-control, you first have to develop more self-awareness. A good first step is to notice when you are making choices related to your willpower challenge. Some will be more obvious, such as, do I go to the gym after work? The impact of other decisions might not be clear until later in the day when you see their future consequences. For example, did I pack my gym bag so I wouldn't have to go home first? Did you get stopped into a meeting that went too long and made you hungry before your workout? Which meant you'd have to stop and eat before heading to the gym. For at least one day, track your choices. At the end of the day, look back and try to analyze when the decisions were made that either supported or undermined your goals. Trying to keep track of your choices will always reduce the number of decisions you make while distracted. And this is a guaranteed way to boost your willpower. So, a really good tip is parang packing your gym bag the night before, your workout gear, lahat na yun. Para pag gising mo, you grab your gym bag and you're off. Kesa gagawin mo sa umaga, right? And I truly believe that surefire way to success sa trabaho mo man yan or sa So fitness journey mo is having a system. So packing your gym bag before, the day before is a system. Planning out your meal for the week, like doing the groceries, meal prep, throwing or cleaning up the kitchen, that is a system. And just like work, pag may sistema tayo and may proseso, ganun din ang mangyayari sa fitness journey. So make sure you have a fitness or a system. Did you know a 5-minute walk boosts mood and busts stress? A 2010 analysis of 10 different studies found that the biggest mood boosting, stress busting effects came from 5-minute doses of exercise, not hour-long sessions. There's no shame and a lot of potential good in committing to just 5-minute walks around the block during your break. So that's what I do. I use my smartwatch, I use my tablet, I put a 15-minute timer, and then I do a few air squats, stretches, thoracic spine, mobilization, stuff like that. So I get the, energy pumping by pumping oxygen and blood around my system. And it really does relax and resets me. Does being stressed make you focus on the negative, tapos relax, focus on the positive? Well, yes, and let me tell you why. Whenever you're stressed, your body shifts its function from long-term functioning like digestion, muscle repair, reproduction, fighting illness, to short-term needs like pumping blood to your legs, to fight or flight situations, shallow breathing for the needed physical demands. So, shallow breathing, fight or flight, you're either gonna fight the stress or fly away from it, right? But most of our stressors are mostly emotional and mental, like toxic relationships, work demands and pressure, bills to pay, and others, which constantly keeps you at a high alert and impulsive actions. Now, that's why I truly believe in parang if you're in creatives or if you have deadlines, being stressed doesn't help. To a certain degree, syempre we need the stress kasi stress and anxiety keeps you alert, right? If you're stressed about your job or deadlines, wala kang pake, ibig sabihin nun, you don't care, right? So you should have a healthy level of stress to keep you heightened. So I don't like say anxious or may anxiety ako bago mag-public speaking or bago mag-deadline. I like to say na, alright, my senses are heightened because I care about this. Pero kung masobrahan, relax, deep breathing, maybe take a break, reframe your mind, and then tackle that job. The next tip is pre-committing so you don't deplete your willpower. So there's no such thing as perfection. You cannot control everything you feel, think, and do. So don't try to perfect your willpower. You will have to choose your willpower battles wisely. So, kunwari, you try to have an app blocker for social media during work hours because you want to stay focused, you want to get a raise, and these things will only distract you, right? If it's junk food, dapat wala sa desk mo, sa bahay, sa office, whatever it may be, para hindi ka matempt kumain. Find friends who don't drink, who don't smoke, who don't do the bad habits you're trying to break, para hindi mo ma-deplete ang willpower mo. Is self-control limited? Yes. Neuroscientists have found with each use of willpower, the self-control system of the brain becomes less active. Just like a tired runner's legs give out, the brain seems to run out of strength to keep going. So, kaya tayo natatempt sa gabi uminom or other distractions like gaming or social media kasi pagod na tayo. So what you try to do is not use your self-control or willpower throughout the day by avoiding distractions altogether para hindi ka na mag-isip and mag-decide, should I do this or not? Right? Walang temptations. Strengthen your willpower like how you strengthen your muscles at the gym. Willpower workouts strengthen I won't power. In other words, commit to not swearing, not crossing your legs when you sit, or using your non-dominant hand for tasks. Strengthen I will power. Commit to doing something every day, not something you're already doing, just for the practice of building a habit and not making excuses. Strengthen self-monitoring. Surfing, spending, what you eat, time you spend on useless things. Yun, you monitor those things.